And so how much of what Medium is do you already know? And how much did you know when you started? Because having known you now through two companies and sort of both being involved in blogging, you feel very intuitive in how you build products, but I don't think that you build a 5-year plan and a roadmap. Am I correct?
You're correct, yeah.
So on this Medium journey, how you've explained it to me today here on stage is a lot more than when we first talked about it.
Yeah. It'll be different in 6 months, I'm sure. The long-term vision won't change, or what we're going for, I don't think will change, but how I describe it will change, and what I think the really important elements are will change. And I think this is the way I develop products, and you discover them over time. Even going back to that Twitter story, and the really key, huge insight we had around 2009, I think, is when you remember when we changed the question from what are you doing, what's happening?
Right.
That was after we realized, Twitter isn't about status updates to my friends. It's more about, it's an information network, not a social network. It's also a social network to a degree, and that's what a lot of people use it for, but what we really wanted to emphasize was this real-time information. And that came after a couple years in. And then we started tweaking the product in that direction. We added search, we put more emphasis on trends, the way we designed retweet, all were about maximizing the efficient flow of whatever information is important to you. Very different than if we would have maximized making interpersonal connections. And so with Medium already in the last 6 months, we've changed how we approach the idea of what publishing is. At first, if people checked out Medium right away, we had these big images, full-page images. We got rid of those because we realized if we launched with that, we'd just be a photo sharing site. But these things evolve slowly for me. And like Matt Mullenweg said, usage for your product is like oxygen for ideas, to paraphrase him. But I believe that's true. And it's not that I look at what people do, or I do look at what people do with the product and getting it out early, but it's not about data analysis or listening to feedback and saying it should do this. It's just you realize in real time as they're doing it, you're like, oh, that thing's not important. This thing over here is important.
Right.
And then you nudge it that direction. And then in retrospect, you look back and you're like, oh yeah, brilliant plan. We were doing that all along.
Yeah, you can do the archaeology.
That's what it is.